up, what's good, what's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. So, let's get into the news because we are currently in the Pro Bowl weekend, All-Star weekend, if you will, because next week will be the Super Bowl, which unfortunately we won't be playing in. Fuck them Eagles. We'll continue. Let's get into the news this week. So, with us taking a loss this past week, Zach Ertz said he wanted to return to the team. He says that he has no desire to retire, and if he wishes he was 22 again, so this way he could actually play his whole career with Jaden Daniels. So it looks like he is probably going to get re-signed, and we'll get to that later. But all signs are pointing to him coming back to the Commanders. Who else is coming back to the Commanders is offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury. He has turned down multiple interests in other teams, such as the Saints, who is really trying to lobby for him. And he said that he will be returning to the team next year.
I'm not fucking leaving!
I think his Hornets situation with that, he's probably going to get a better opportunity. Obviously, the Saints are not the best opportunity, and it would have been the Jaguars, but the Jaguars just hired someone. I forget his name.
Duval.
Yeah, it should be a better opportunity for him next year. He can have he could be the belle of the ball and go ahead and get other people to go ahead and try to get his services next year. And just imagine another year with all the same coaches coming back, like Anthony Lynn, Cliff Kingsbury, Dan Quinn coming back with Jaden to be able to have a better year next year. So that's something to look forward to. Also, Commanders assistant quarterback, David, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Blau, has been requested from the Jets to interview for their quarterback's coach job, and as well as being requested by the Bears for their passing game coordinator. This will be a big loss for them, especially because everybody feels like he's the new whiz coming in, and especially because he's only 29. So that's also a good thing. And also this is his first year with the team as well. So, I mean, we hope to keep him around. Hey, if you feel like you want to go ahead and get better job position, I understand. I'm not going to hate you for that. In other news, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin will not be playing, but they will be attending the Pro Bowl this weekend. Me personally, I feel like if you don't want to play, that's cool. But you should be able to be there because you want to mingle with the other players. This is like the unofficial tampering that's allowed, I guess you could say. Wink, wink. So yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea for them to be there. First of all, you get to mingle with other people. You got sponsors. You got everything out there. Other different players who might be going through bad situations with their team, even though they made the Pro Bowl. You can go and mingle with other people, and then because Jaden was as a star this year, it'll be great for him to go ahead and mingle around with other players. Also, because the Eagles' Zach Bond is playing in the Super Bowl, Bobby Wagner has been selected to play in the Pro Bowl this year, which is making his 10th Pro Bowl selection. So kudos to Bobby Wagner. You can notch that up as another award for his Hall of Fame career. So yeah. Washington GM Adam Peters and assistant GM Lance Newmark is attending the Senior Bowl. They're doing scouting right now, and I think the combine is going to be sometime next month. So I want to say mid-February. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. That should be fun because I've been hearing a lot of good prospects coming out. So just be on the lookout. I'll be putting out more content when it comes to that. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know a lot of the prospects coming out because I've been so focused on watching this team make it to the NFC Championship. So can you blame me? I mean, hey, I don't get paid the big bucks, but if I was, then hey, I'd be giving you all the answers, right? But no, all jokes aside though, be on the lookout for that because it's definitely something to look forward to. But what I'm not looking forward to is people calling out our defensive coordinator. Joe Witt has been getting called out because of the last game in the NFC Championship, how we got blown out. Guys, let's stop this shit, please. Let's just stop. First things first, this guy has done an amazing job with what he has. I mean, he was given shit and he made a great stew. So we don't have all the pieces for him to be able to pull off the what we want to pull off. They're opportunistic defense, but at the same time, they're not as good as they could possibly be right this second. I mean, we have a bevy of different people to go ahead and pick up this year, especially with the offseason coming around the corner. We have the draft that's going to be coming up. As far as I think we have like maybe 6 or 7 picks. We also have over 93 million in the salary cap. So that's something to look forward to. And because we're about to talk about that, let's get into the re-signing part first. So we have a substantial amount of people who are set to be re-signed this year from the team. Me personally, this is the list right here. And I'm just gonna go down a few lists as far as who I think is a must to return, who I'd be fine with them resigning, or who I don't really see them resigning. Starting off with the must resign, we got to resign Zach Ertz. He was outstanding this year, considering the situation that we were in. Automatically, that's Jaden's best favorite target, other than Terry. Bobby Wagner, obviously he's the quarterback of the defense. He's had an All-Pro year, and like I just said earlier, he's a Pro Bowler. Jeremy Chin, he was on a prove it deal, and damn it, he proved it this year. Fowler had, if I'm not mistaken, 10.5 sacks this year. So yeah. Marcus Mariota, yeah, because I mean we need a backup quarterback, and you've seen what he did against Dallas, and you've seen what he did against Carolina. And as a steady backup, if in case Jaden gets hurt, we have somebody who can run the same offense, and we running it without a hitch. So I mean, let's bring him back. Also, special teamer, and people don't take this serious enough. Nick Ballore. I feel Nick Ballore is a great asset to have on this team. Special teams coverage, we have had a great coverage team this year. So yes, I want to re-sign Nick Ballore. Who I'd be fine with as far as if they were thinking about signing him up. De'Ami Brown. De'Ami Brown, basically, during the regular season, it was just like, okay. But he showed up in the playoffs, so I can't even be mad at him. I think he could be a quality number 3 receiver. I mean, it is what it is. Jamison Crowder, I personally think he's getting up there in age, but as a special team or returner, or like a coming in, playing a receiver every once in a while, it's not a bad idea. But he's getting up there in age, so I don't know if he's going to be resigned, but I'll be okay with it. Noah Monogamy. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He is the slot corner. So I think he did a pretty good job this year. He could do better. Olamide Zaccheaus, same. We can do better. Noah Brown, he made a few plays this year, but he was inconsistent. The one thing I will say he's consistent with is drawing penalties, as far as on the good side, as far as just drawing in PIs, pass interferences from defenses. So he's good at that, but I mean, if we don't sign him, I'm not tripping. Bates, I think he's a good pickup as far as if we're using him strictly as a blocker. I don't like him as a passer. Sheldon Day, I think he showed up this year, in spite of us not having a pretty good line this year. He's balled out on sometimes, so I wouldn't mind him coming back. And Cornelius Lucas, we definitely need him to come back because we need more tackles. We need a swing tackle just in case. He's that guy that the fire alarm where you crack open just in case, boom, in case of emergency. Yeah, that's why I like him as that person. Um, who I don't see us resigning, Derek Forrest. I think it's time for him to just go ahead and go somewhere else so he can go ahead and um, he can restart his career. I think he needs a place to just go ahead and just restart. Cleveland Farrell, he's always hurt. Every single time I see him, he's always hurt. Benjamin St. Juice, really? Davis, really? Do I really have to have this conversation with y'all about this? And Rodriguez. I like him. He had a few good runs and everything. He had, against the Tennessee, he had a good game. Against Atlanta, he had a good game, but he's not showing consistency. Like I said, and I'm going to get back into as far as the running backs is concerned later on. But yeah, that's what I think as far as with the running back situation. I just think that he just needs a he you know what, he may need to go ahead and just go to another team and get that that opportunity to play with somebody else. So in in other news, because we are going into the off season, Bleacher Report has come out with a report and said it's talking about the Commanders with their off-season acquisitions, and this is what they put up. Should a top-tier pass rusher like Myles Garrett or Max Crosby become available in a trade, the Commanders will probably make an offer. The same could be true if wide receiver like Deebo Samuels or Garrett Wilson hits the trade market. Washington may also consider making a play for tight end Kyle Pitts, who has been underutilized by the Atlanta Falcons ever since his rookie season. Even if Ertz is retained, providing Daniels with tight end who can stretch the field would aid the second-year quarterback significantly. Now, my thoughts on those. Let's start off with the stat line, what's the age, and if I were to go ahead and trade for this player, what position would what round would I be willing to give up for round pick? Would I be willing to give up for him? Let's start off with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is 24 years old. He had 47 receptions and 602 yards with 4 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know, because we finally got I would say decent quarterback with Kirk Cousins last year, and he only got 600 yards. But also this is Kirk on a downward spiral, so in his career. So I think he has a better quarterback. He might be able to find something. I wouldn't give any more than a 4th round pick for him. It feels like he has so much potential, but he just doesn't get it. Deebo Samuels, he's 29 years old, had 51 receptions, 670 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I'm good. Number one, this guy's a diva. We don't need this right now. If we were in a championship mode, maybe. The one thing that I do like about him is that he's great as far as rack ability, run after the catch. But he's also turning 29 years old. He is 29 years old. So I'm good. I'm just like, yeah, I don't need it. Garrett Wilson, who is 24 years old, had 101 receptions, 1,104 yards, and 7 touchdowns last year. He's in a situation where if Aaron Rodgers comes back, he said he's made it clear he wants out. I give a 2nd round pick for him right now, and I will actually want to save on to our draft picks. I'd give him a 2nd right now because he's worth it. This kid got talent. He's nice with it. And just imagine if him and Terry are on the same team. As much as I hate the Ohio State Buckeyes, it would be beneficial to Jaden to go ahead and have both of them as his receivers. You got a guy who's had over 100 receptions, 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns. And I'm telling you, it's only going to double if you have, what's the name, Terry on the other end. That's a remarkable pick right there. Max Crosby. Max Crosby is 27 years old, 45 tackles with 7.5 sacks. I'd give him a second for him right now. And yes, his stats wasn't that good because, yeah, the fucking Raiders are horrible. They're a dumpster fire. He's in a bad situation. I feel like he won it out last year. I would love to have him here. He can play the run, getting to the quarterback. I love Max Crosby, and I would love to pick him up. Myles Garrett, who had still an amazing career. He's 29 years old, 47 tackles, and 14 sacks. I give him a second-round pick for him right now. He is still great. He is still, I mean, we need the pressure. He can, and like I said, as far as like with Max Crosby, he can play the run, getting to the quarterback. So why not take him? He's nice with it. But one thing before we roll out, I want to say as far as going into the offseason, we have glaring needs, especially after looking at that last game in the NFC Championship against the Eagles, because they exposed us. Let's just call a spade what it is. This is why my top position needs. First things first, I want an offensive lineman. Offensive lineman, you need to protect your assets. You have a franchise quarterback in Jaden Daniels. You finally hit on this one. So whenever you get a house, what's the first thing you get right afterward? Insurance. So insure your asset. You have a great quarterback, a top 5 quarterback in this league. Go and protect him. And also, you need a better run offense as well. So why not get your offensive line to go ahead and get you better run lanes? Me personally, that's me, because number one, I'm a big guy, so I'm always gonna stick up for my offensive lineman, defensive lineman. I'm always gonna stick up for him. So yes, we need to protect Jaden at all costs by getting him a run game with a great offensive, building this offensive line to be great. This offensive line was just average at best. Let's just call it what it is. Bolster this offensive line. And I'm going to flip over to the defensive line next, because, hey, you need difference makers. And the run game is ass. Let's just call it what it is. Saquon has been running. He's been running up and down on us since he was with the Giants, since his rookie year. We need somebody. We're playing the division. We need to do better against the people who we're going to be fighting for the next 10 years for a division championship and possibly getting into the Super Bowl. Moving on to the next one, we need receivers, because Terry and Zach cannot be your only good targets. You need help out there. He needs a quality receiver. I think you can go into the free agency and pick somebody up, or go into the draft. Honestly, I think you should do both. Let's just call it what it is. You need help at receiver. Cornerback, it's just not enough talent out there. It's not enough talent and I mean, I'll give Sanders still credit for him being a rookie. He really turned out to be a really good corner. Marshawn Lattimore, I just feel like he needs to go ahead and get healthy. This is not a good year for him as far as he got burnt many a times against the Eagles. He played pretty good the first game. He still got burnt on that one a few times though. I feel like this team just they need a corner. I think you should address it in free agency and in the draft as well. Also, running back. We need difference makers, because B-Rob ain't cutting it as a difference maker. I think he'd be a great number 2 running back when we're going ahead and going from fast pace to go ahead and pound it out in the fourth quarter. I think that we need a difference maker. You need that guy that could go ahead and I'm not saying you got to have a Jahmyr Gibbs or Saquon Barkley. You just need a 1,000-yard running back. This is what we need. So that's what I feel like that's a necessity. But guys, it's been great talking to you about this, because I needed to get this off my chest. I'm the last few days have been a pain in my ass. especially because dealing with how we lost this game. And what better way to get back into the work by just looking at what our needs are. Guys, tell me in the comments what you think. Do we need to re-sign some of these guys? Do we need to let them go? Do we need to, who exactly should we be trading for? Do you think these trades are pretty good as far as making them trades? Also, tell me in the comment section, what do you think about the position needs? Which one is from 1 to 5? What is your number one priority? Which one is what position do you think we need the most? Be sure to like, share, subscribe on my YouTube page. Tell me what you thought, and also give me a like. Also on my IG page, _DABench_HTTC. Follow me on there. DM me. You got questions? I'll be able to talk to you anytime you want. I love talking to you guys, so keep it up. Also, be easy, guys. Now's the time to just go ahead and enjoy the off season. Look back on the season that we had, because it was an amazing season. I was bitter about losing the game against the Eagles, but let's keep it a buck. Did we honestly think that we were going to be here at the end of the year in the NFC Championship? No, we didn't. So just take it for what it is. Yes, this is a recalibration. This is the one time that we can actually agree with the coach who came in and said, this is a recalibration. We don't need to rebuild. He proved us wrong, because I was like, nah, motherfucker, this is a rebuild. So yeah, we have the talent. We have the main talent with JD5, and I think this is a good nucleus to go ahead and work with. So don't get mad about what happened. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna tell you don't be mad, because yeah, I was pretty pissed off. Just take it for what it is this year, because next year we need to get on our A game. We need to go ahead and show these motherfuckers who we really are, and it's not a fluke. So until then, guys, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace. Yo, you made it to the end of Off the Bench. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Man, look, it ain't gonna cost you that much. It ain't gonna cost you anything at all. Just press that like, that share, and subscribe. Help a brother out, man.